have got a few questions. Okay, I have already one question here. I start with that. And we'll try to share other questions afterwards. Sunny asks, how could I exhale longer while the inhalation is limited? The breathing amount is not much, so the exhalation also not much. Logically seems correct, right? So if we have a container, then I pour, say, 100 ml into the container. Then if I empty the container, I should get 100 ml only back. How come it is more than that? How come 100 ml become 120? How come 100 ml become 150? So the amount of the breath I inhale, when I exhale, I should be the same. I should exhale the same amount. So how I can exhale longer? First, we have been talking about the depth, the volume, right? So when we inhale, whatever the volume, the depth is not necessary the same amount when we are exhaling. Volume wise, there can be different. Even if we go with the same logic, the amount volume may change when you inhale and exhale. Second, lungs, actually what it is doing, it is doing this process, exchanging the gases. So what we do when we inhale, all the gases in the air we inhale. In that oxygen is there, nitrogen is there, carbon is there, rayon is there. This is around the... Okay, somebody's audio is on. So around 16 type of gases when we inhale. Then the process happening, exhalation time, keep the oxygen, also not the full amount of oxygen what we inhaled, we exhale the other gases. So in this process also, the things will change. It is not the same. And the lungs, what is there already when we are inhaling, exhaling, it's not like we are completely exhaling. So that way also it changes. Furthermore, energy creation, which also happening within the body. So in that way also, the breath flow, the breath movement will vary. When you inhale, you may inhale full volume. When you exhale, the volume can be even 1/10 of it. Okay. A few other reasons, but at least you can understand this way. It is not limited to like 1 plus 1. I put 100 ml, I take out 100 ml. It is not limited to that way. Okay. That's why this whole respiratory system doing this role. So all these things are there. We will see. Same question. Next question. During Nadi Shodhana, starting from left inhalation and exhale on the right. The inhalation on right is shorter than the left. Left can count in 8, right count in 5. Is it normal? If it is normal, yes, it happens. But is it okay? Then we can say not okay. There may be some differences between the right and left nostrils, but the gap, the duration have slight difference, it's okay. 1 or 2 counts differences, it's fine. But it should not be too much difference. It should not be wide gap. Inhalation 10 counts from right nostril. Inhalation from left nostril only 5 counts. Should not be that way. So look into that. Okay, so we have same question, one more question. When I inhale on left, I feel like I breathe from left chest. When I inhale on the right, I feel like I breathe from the right chest. Why is it like this? Is it just a feeling? High possibility you are activating that side of the body more. So it should not be like that. So when you are inhaling, as you are holding, you feel more, you are activating more. But it's not happening that way. It's whole respiratory system is functioning. Okay. Okay. One more question. If I feel pain in the leg, could I sit in Dandasana? If you have knee pain, some other issues, of course you can go into alternative poses. Dandasana, Vajrasana, Virasana. Or even you can sit in the chair, using the chair and do pranayama. over a period of time, see that you can manage the pain, manage the legs. You can sit in any of these poses: Sukhasana, Vajrasana, Virasana, Siddhasana, Padmasana. More supportive. It's not that in other poses you should not do. You can still do, but this will make the job easier. Okay. I have another question waiting, looking into that. I have continuously following your class. Number one question. I have got inflammation in the lungs. Cannot practice for a few days. So how should I practice, or should I just take a rest? Is there any recovery method to practice gradually? Inflammation, is it because of other conditions, or is it because of cold, flu, COVID? So we need to see why it is happening. The order is like that. Physical should be the body, condition should be supportive, organ should be supportive. So any kind of recovery starts from the right posture. So if you can manage postures like Supta Virasana, Supta Baddhakonasana, Supta Sukhasana, Setbandha Sarvangasana, Viparita Karani, even supported shoulder stand. All these various postures will be helpful first. And from there, the aim should be to have a long breath, long exhalation. See, the flow is happening naturally without much force. In these kind of conditions, the length will be short. So don't aim to your normal breathing conditions. In normal time, when you are lengthening the breath, say going to 12 counts, and these kind of conditions, when you lengthen, it may go only for 6 counts, 7 counts, 8 counts, which is fine. First, if it is happening without much force, without jerk, without bringing tiredness, that should be the focus. If it is happening, don't work on the breath. What do you have to do? Positioning yourself in a very supportive way. It varies according to the body. So what you need to find out or get the guidance from the teacher. If the mind is not active, you recover faster. That's why when the people are tired, going to sleep helps. Mind is not active. Same way, when you are sick, main thing what you have to do, rest. The body needs rest. It's not just the body, the mind also needs rest. If you can't go for long breathing, but if you can keep the mind passive, no thoughts or less thoughts, if you are anytime if you are moving into a kind of sleeping state, resting state, then you recover better, faster. listening to music, soothing music, enjoyable music, not rock and roll, heavy metal kind of. So the music has to soothe, bring that calmness. Laughter will help to heal. And when you fall in sick, a good opportunity to sit and observe how the people are making so much drama about life. Sit at home, you see a home, family members, how each one, you can very clearly watch, observe everybody's drama, working place drama, learning place drama. Watch on the street. And of course, you have a lot of videos. So you can sit and observe and have fun, laugh. That also will help to recover. Okay. So not necessarily only you have to do through pranayama, but all these ways you can recover. Then first the whole system has to get into the normal way. That should be the aim. Next, normally heard from teachers saying that exhalation should longer than inhalation. I found my inhalation is quite longer than exhalation, so I have to shorten my exhalation. Can I understand as the function of my lung is weak? We are expecting the exhalation has to be longer. If your inhalation is already long, one way we can say that is something to work on the respiratory system to look into. It is not necessarily the lungs are weak. Not necessary. Even the way your mind functions can change the way the breath is happening. Various possibilities. The system, respiratory system also can be one reason. How you get used to it, that is also can be one reason. The exhalation process probably maybe have certain limitation. It's not because of the weakness. Okay. So we will have to observe we have to see what is that difference, inhalation, exhalation. And the pranayama practice will change the conscious effort and put the effort, that will change. As I have been telling, keep saying that the ratio will go more of the exhalation side. 1 time of inhalation, 1 time of retention, 2 times of exhalation, or 3 times of exhalation. That should be the direction. It will happen naturally. So keep the practice going. I can give some particular technique and other thing like that, but of now, just keep this practice going this way. Okay, next question. A few weeks ago, I had the flu and COVID. After recovering, I went back to the course and I found that the first half of the breathing process would make my body hot, similar to warm up of the asana. My whole body sweat slightly, which disappeared after switching legs. Is this normal? Yeah, it is normal because the system is not ready. The whole systems of the body and the effect of COVID would last longer. Depends on individual's conditions. You may be recovered, but the system is not completely recovered. Respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, still they may be fighting, trying to recover. So you can see that it's bringing that when you are normal time, also when you are inhaling or exhaling, doing the pranayama, the body warm up, the heat system increases, the heat, you feel it more. So here, after this not completely recovered conditions, then when you start to do that, the body is working more, putting more effort. So you feel that heat sensation. That's why it's already the indication. Okay, stop, slow, relax, rest. So don't force. Okay, next question. When I do Nadi Shuddhi, my left nostril is not open. Can I put my left fist under the right armpit and at the same time right hand do digital pranayama? I have tried a few times. It can open my left side nostril. Sometimes when I put my left fist down for a while, again blocked. So can I practice that day in that way? You can do that. I think one time we used the mat also, right? Rolled mat, putting under the armpit. So you can just put under that. Actually, I wanted to introduce one V-shaped stick. It's very normal or quite widely used among yoga practitioners in India. Online also it's available, I suppose. So wooden stick, V shape and a long stick. So there are old photos of photos or paintings, drawings of yogis and rishis. They keep that all the time with them. Because based on the nasal flow they want to change, they put the stick under the armpit and they just keep do that, whatever the pranayama they do, left or right, what they have to do. So that's the way they change the flow and practice accordingly. So even if you are using the hand and lifting up, probably to gives like extra work, extra force, you have to do it. So using the mat and that kind of stick make it easier. This particular flow, right nostril flow, left nostril flow, and your daily life, altering the flow based on the actions. This itself a big subject. There are a lot of techniques, lot of I would say rules. When you are doing this job, the flow should be there from this nostril. They've written like that. For we can bring that and see the effect. It's a big subject to research. Okay, let's see. Okay, next one. I have low back pain on the right side from 2019 to now, especially when doing back bend poses or upside down poses or sitting and standing long time, around 3 or 4 hours or more. This back pain used to make it difficult for me to walk for 3-4 days and then recover. And the pain has come back and forth. Recently, I have started to feel more pain if I do pranayama sitting. So I often have to lie down while doing pranayama to prevent back pain from getting worse. Will this have any negative effect on pranayama practice and on my health? You keep lying and doing pranayama. I'm grateful. Okay. No negative effect. Definitely no negative effect. So definitely you can do lying down and do pranayama. Sitting time, still you do some sitting, but don't sit longer. Let it be 15 minutes, not more than that. Now we need to look into the back pain condition. What is the reason? And your practice need to be accordingly and have a separate sequence for your practice. So that also simultaneously you need to work. You need to see what can be done to reduce the back pain. If certain asanas you should not do means you should not do. Certain asanas you should change the way you have to do means you have to change the way. So that's one of my idea plan also when we do next program to have more personalized program. In the sense, make it as a yoga sadhana. And though we can meet online, whenever we can meet one-to-one, we can meet one-to-one. Also, whenever we meet in person, we meet in person. Same time, the practice need to be completely modified as a individual conditions based. So general learning and modifying, altering to individual based conditions. Let's see. So now for your conditions, yeah, there is no side effect or negative effect. You can do that. Let's see how it can be getting better in future. Next question, can I practice pranayama during COVID? And which can be done? What can be done? It depends on how much you are affected. Is it a mild, or you are getting strong headache, you are finding difficult to breathe, running nose? So if it is a headache, then it is a more forward bend based and supporting the head in various ways. If you find like the breath is short and you have the joint pains, so you can't do much than long exhalation. People may suggest to do this breathing, this and that. How far you will do it depends on your condition. What you need to do is allow the chest to open, allow the breath flow, the passage you need to smoothly functioning. So the inhalation exhalation process is happening, it is not blocking. So any posture which helps. It's not just a back side lying down. Even you can lie down front side. Put a pillow underneath here. If it is helping to have the long breath. Sideways. So posture wise you adjust according to your body condition. And just go into Ujjayi Viloma. Chandra Bedana, Surya Bedana, maybe you may not be able to do it if there is congestion and other conditions. A lot of hot water. Warm water. Of course, there are plenty of recovery methods suggested here and there. I would say use this opportunity also to quieten yourself, become more of an observant. Okay? This will change. Okay, next. Thanks all the people who are working for this class, almost 100 days pranayama practice. I felt the compassion and detachment from teacher and the influence as. Okay, good to know. I have learned the observation of my body and breath. Overcome possessiveness and divisions. Discover the meaning of life. If you overcome possessiveness, half of the problem, life's problem solved. Why we are possessive? Because mine. I am, right? Me, mine, and myself. Possessiveness comes because of that. It also it is connected with the fear and security problem about future and past memory. All those things are there. So we become possessive in many ways. So if you really look into that in deeper sense, and when you are ready to let go, when you understand this, and if you are not getting possessive of things, possessive of places, possessive of people, possessive of yourself, of job, and furthermore divisions. So we can do that without divisions. We need this division day-to-day life, but we need to know how to manage it and how we are not getting carried away with that. That's the way to discover the meaning of life. So wonderful. Non-greedy, not rush for quick results, realizing the importance of simple thing doing repeatedly. That makes the practice more deeper and let things happen naturally. And extend all those ideas in every parts of life. Good. Looks like, you summarize what is required or what is the effect of yoga practice. If it is happening, if you are enjoying that, even if it is happening to one student, so this 100 days of effort is worth to do it, right? Enjoy. Now the question, let's see. After whole day work, the better to release the tiredness through yoga, pranayama, meditation practice, or rest first and then practice after recovery. Yeah, recovery should be the first focus. It is not asana, it is not pranayama, it is not meditation. You need to recover. The tiredness should go. Certain passive nature, passive state should be there. That recovery you can do through asana, restorative poses, simple restorative poses. Supta Baddha Konasana. One minute, please. Sorry about it. So, asana practice like Supta Baddha Konasana, Sedubandha Sarvangasana, Supta Virasana, restorative poses. These kind of poses first you can spend time. Viparita Karani. Many poses. The way you do, it's also same practice, same time. It helps to recover, to restore. Then afterwards you can get into that, how you can, whatever the time or whatever the thing you have to practice. Through a period of practice, I found I tend to have better exhalation than inhalation. Normal breath, the nostril seems not open, front chest, shoulder and neck are tensed. Can I turn my mind to back? Can I turn my mind to back shoulder blade? What kind of pranayama can make balance of the length in between inhalation and exhalation later on? Can I do neti every day for the opening of nostril?
You can try neti. Neti helps, not necessarily every day, for some time at least. The posture should not get any strain, any tensed conditions should not be with the posture. That's what we are preparing through asana. So if you get some tension, some strain, neck, shoulder area, increase the height or support the back or prepare through the posture. You can work on the posture in the sitting position by connecting with the shoulder blade or the shoulders or the trunk. But at the beginning stage, then you do pranayama, then again you are going back to adjust the posture momentarily, but not keep switching to work on the body, then work on the breath. So many people doing that way. I would say that better to move on from the posture. Don't keep on working on the posture in pranayama. Then it becomes asana pranayama or pranayama asana. So let us focus on pranayama. What kind of pranayama make balance of the length? All these things. It is just you need to work on improve the capacity of the lungs. Viloma. So it depends on which is shorter. You may need to focus on that more. If it is inhalation shorter, more on inhalation based viloma. Exhalation shorter, more on exhalation based viloma. Ujjayi for sure. Then when I inhale with S sound, back chest rise and spread out. You're not feeling the pressure in front shoulder neck. When I exhale with a sound, diaphragm goes up, tailbone naturally goes down. So can I practice with sound? Recite silently like chanting Om. That's one technique. That's one method. We didn't do that, but you can do that. You can experiment with that. There are pranayama techniques to do with the mantras, bija mantras, even with Om. And these also sa, so, hum, sa. All these things are there. You can try with that if it is helping. But that's again a technique. Can practice for some time and move on. Okay. Next question. What is the similarity and difference between ahankara and asmita, atman and purusha? We don't know who is atma, so we have ahankara. Different type of ahankara. Ahankara brings asmita. Okay. All Sanskrit word. So if you are not familiar, very easily can get confused.
In Vedanta, for the ultimate being, existence, the name is given as Paramatma. Atma, not simply Atma, Paramatma. So the existence as a universal being, Paramatma, but that is unlimited, beginningless, endless, undefinable. The same thing, we make it as a limited being, limited existence, as within ourselves, body, mind, sense complex. We limit ourselves, limited being, call it a Jivatma. It is to differentiate. So basically, it is Atma. Atma we can understand now as the base, the source, or the reality of every living being, every being, everything. So in Vedanta, if it is Atma, in Yoga, it is Purusha. There are a few other names also, but don't get confused. At least now have this difference. Purusha and Paramatma is same. Technical words are different. But if it is limited to individual Atma, individual being, individuals, we can say the self, that also we can mention as Atma in that way. Then Purusha, universal, ultimate being, individual, limited being, Jivatma. Now, Ahankar means I am, have the sense of I am, Ahankara. In English, they translate as ego. I have this ego, so I do things, I think, and all these things happening along with that. This Ahankara, that I, sense of me, sense of I, can be a limited being. Means I just see myself only this as this body. I see myself only as this mind. I see myself only as a limited mortal, limited being, taking birth, living, going to die. This Ahankara, the sense of I, very limited, working in a very closed way. This mind, when it realizes the nature, the reality of this being is unlimited, Paramatma, Purusha, the sense of I is not limited to this body, it's not limited to this mind, then this sense of I is ultimate. It's working as an unlimited being, ultimate existence. Based on that perception, Ahankara will change. The nature of Ahankara will change. Asmita is basically me, mine, and myself. We saw before the possessive condition, right? Asmita, mine, my pen, my book, my house. Asmita. sense of belonging to me. If you see yourself as a limited person, limited body, limited mind, birth and death cycle, within that if you limit yourself, so you see as a anything, things like you will see in a very limited way. The Asmita sense of Asmita is limited way. But if you see yourself as a universal being, ultimate being, then the possessive nature, I don't belong to only this body, the whole world is mine. I am the world. I am the universe. So the nature of Asmita itself will change. Of course, you can't make use of it. If you say, this is my book, so you can handle it. Now if you say, no, the whole world is mine, that means the books of the whole world is mine. So that will bring problem. You can't go to neighbor house and take the book and say, the whole world is me, I am the whole world. So this book also mine. So when it comes to practical way of doing things, so it will be different. So that universe Asmita, you can't bring into practice in a certain way. It's more to get the clarity to understand and to know how to deal with that. Is there any Yoga Sutra? It is in the sutras talking about this. When we study, we can go through it. We can explore it. Don't get carried away with Sanskrit words. It's language to understand. It's language to know. To understand. So sometimes if that is not clear, we get carried away with that. Okay, next we have a few more questions. After practicing pranayama, I went into meditation and let go of observing breath. And the observation come back, I recognized that I was holding my breath without pressure for a long time. And then I started to breathe in and out, short and slow. So is that before my consciousness coming back to the breath? The consciousness had nothing to observe. There was a time my consciousness observed that the breath was slow down until almost holding it. But this holding state was not happened as its own, and I knew I was expecting. So you might have had a glimpse of Kevala Kumbhaka. What is Kevala Kumbhaka? The Kumbhaka happens without effort. The retention happens naturally. That is the pinnacle, ultimate aim of pranayama practice. Meditation, there are many practitioners or meditators. Without doing pranayama, they may get into this Kevala Kumbhaka state just by meditation. It happens naturally. That's why when we go into our energy field, energy centers, when we work on that, when we connect with that, and the movement of the energy happening, it changes all these things in a different way. Say you can't live if you don't breathe. But here the breathing stopped, but still the body is alive. There are many demonstrations done, not hours, for days. That is not the like you have to deliberately work for it. Let it happen naturally. That's why it's Kevala Kumbhaka. Okay. Observe that. Okay, next, what is the meaning of the mantra at the beginning of Pranayama class? Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Suhandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritaat. It's called the Mrityunjaya mantra. A mantra to conquer the death. Normal people are people who are, because it says like, conquer the death. So people just practice this or chanting this when they fell sick, when they are not well. So they want to recover, heal. So they practice this mantra. It works for that also. So a simple meaning is there is a pumpkin kind of plant. So it is very much connected to the whole plant, to the whole that creeper, as that vegetable that getting bigger. There is a time the stem connected with the creeper. The right time it disconnects, separates from that creeper. So here, like that, let me get over the birth-death cycle. Let me gain the knowledge. Let me get to know the reality. Let me realize my reality. Simple meaning. Okay. I'm not going word by word here. Okay. How to train oneself patience. For example, when I practice asana, I failed all the times. Then I lost patience. Then I stopped and blamed myself for why I couldn't do that. Just by educating the mind or making the mind to see, to know that we don't have magic power. It's a very simple understanding, right? You don't need put yourself in the lab, go through all the tests, have a big, file of test results, and go to the doctor, and he's sitting and analyzing, reading the page after page. Afterwards, he's telling, you don't have any magic power. Whatever you think may not happen. Whatever the wish will not come immediately. Not necessarily it has to come immediately. It's a simple understanding by seeing, right? You don't need all the tests and results and experts' analysis to tell this. It's everybody's Any child will understand that. Everything will not happen. Why? Our experience shows. Like you see the sun, you see the moon. The fact, moon is there, sun is there. So like that, we don't have magic power. The mind expecting the miracles to happen. So it says, okay, I do this asana, it should happen today. It's like a child thinking, why I am still so small? Why I should not be like my father, tall, huge, big. So then every year I counts. Okay, what is my age? 10 years old. What is your age? 35 years old. Oh, then I have to wait until 35 years to become like you. 10 years, 11, 12. This many years I need to wait. It wants to be taller, it wants to be a bigger person, it wants to be adult, but it doesn't happen, right? It is not possible. So it has to go day by day, year by year to reach that state. A simple process. Everything works like that. As per your body, as per the requirements, you do the asana, things will come in place. You want to eat food, it is not that you go there to the kitchen just to say, I want this food. It will not come. Right? Even you want hot water, you have to boil the water. So you need the time, how to boil, where to put the water. You can put on the pot. You keep on even the stove, heater. It will not like just heat. You need to switch on. You need to ignite the gas. And you need a right pot. You can't put the water in a paper bag and ignite. You want to have hot water. It is also a pot vessel, right? So right pot is required, right amount of heating is required. Just for that, you have to do, right? You have to do that action in a certain sequence. Like that, anything we do, it has its own order, its own sequence, its own process. Law of existence, law of physics, furthermore, law of quantum physics. Furthermore, that journey continues, right? So if you just sit, look around, and you can see that everything is not just happening by any miracle or magic. It has certain order, certain systems, certain methods, certain energy, certain process, same way. If you understand that, it's not you need to train to have patience. You don't need to college. Okay, today I'm going to learn how to be patient. So I train this. I pass this exam, then I'll be patient. No, it doesn't work like that. Just a simple understanding. Everything has certain process. Complex process though. It's not same. What is working for you may not work for others. What is working for others may not work for you. Again, by understanding it is not the same. So any kind of things for you to get, to know, to achieve, it has its own process. Sometimes faster, sometimes takes time. If you understand that, naturally you are seeing the process. You are recognizing the process. You will be accepting the process. When we are getting sick, we want to heal faster, but it has its own process. It takes its own time. It requires its own support system to heal. So it's not that I want things happen immediately. Very simple fact in front of us all the time. So if the mind starts to see that, recognize that, accepts that, then patience, you will be patient naturally. You don't need anybody to teach or any system to work for that. And never blame yourself. What will happen just by blaming? If you blame, you're creating some negative mindset. You are regretting because of that. Something mistake, from the mistake we can learn. Okay, this is a mistake. Okay, what I will do? How I can be better? How I can avoid this? But if you say, oh, I regret I have done that. Or you blame yourself. Oh, I was like that, this, that, like that. So it creates inferiority complex. It is putting you down, takes away your confidence, putting other pressure, extra pressure. So don't blame. You try, it's happening, fine. You don't try properly, see that you don't try properly, then next time try properly. Try with full attention. Try with enough support system. Try in a right way. So it may not happen first time. From first time, you learn. Second time, you do mistake. Third time, no, this is mistake. So like this, in this way, the process happening, then you learn. For that only, we need that patience. If you blame, then you are putting pressure. After some time, you easily get stress, and not only stress, it leads to depression. The mind will be very tricky. Sometimes it blames others. All these things will happen. Okay. The best way to train yourself to be patient, take one Yoga Sutra book and slowly study line by line, page by page. Look into that meaning of it. Give attention to what should be the meaning. Every day. That's the best way to train. Okay. So train yourself. Okay. So I have no more questions. I requested to give feedback and also what is your interest to learn further. I hope you are sending or already sent. If you're not sent, please send.
tomorrow will be our last weekend session of this program. So anything further to see, discuss, we will do that. Thank you all. Namaste.
감사합니다.